Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 2 of Total War Warhammer. I'm recording this video straight after the previous one, so if any of you have left any sort of tips or advice in the comments on that one, obviously I'm not going to really get to see it until after this one has done. We've got our non-aggression pacts and our defensive alliance. Let's go and get those ticked off. We've also recruited some new units, but we do have an army that we need to attack. So that's what we are going to be doing now. I believe it's all we have left to do. So, are there any particular stances that we can choose that would make things better for us? Well, no, we don't want to sort of forced march. We could try an ambush. Possibly get that to work. Just, it disables us from moving. They may run into us if we try and do that. Getting an ambush on them would be really, really useful. They must already know where we are, though. There's no guarantee they would run into us. We could just go and attack them. I mean, we do seem to have them relatively outnumbered. We know that they've got some goblin archers. And they've also got Noshrak, the orc war boss there. And then they've got 4 other units that we cannot see. So, we do definitely have the bigger army. There's no denying that one. Maybe we could do something about that. It's difficult to tell. But it would be great if we could ambush them. But I think we are just going to go and attack them directly. So let's go and move in, see what we can do.
Study your options carefully. The enemy are close. Blood will be spilt.
Well, the balance of power is slightly in our favour. It turns out they have got some orc biggins. They have got some orc boys, which are shielded, which is fine because we're mostly armour piercing. And they've got some orc arrow boys, which are really poor accuracy, but they're good in melee combat. And they've also got their goblin archers, which are really, really sort of cheap and easy to squish. We should be able to win this battle, providing I don't mess things up completely. So we'll go and do it manually. And hopefully try and take advantage of the fact that we have slightly more units, and we also have this thing, whatever it's called. I can't remember what it is. Oh, I've forgotten the name of the unit. It is the grudge thrower, yeah.
Battle, my lord. They await your orders.
So, these miners actually have Vanguard, which means we can actually start off by deploying outside of the deploy zone with those. Not too sure how useful that is going to be. We can probably pull... Oh, don't want to do that. We can probably pull them off to the sides here and use them for a little bit of flanking. Which is the one that I've got selected. We want that one, the left one. Go ahead and get on the high ground with these guys. Are they facing the right direction? They are not. Let's just about face them. Yep, there we go. What about the other guys? Are they facing the right direction? Yep, they are. Brilliant. Okay, so that's fine. So we get those guys grouped up, and then what have we got here? Well, we probably want to try and get our... let's try and get some of these guys all together here. So we've got 3 lots of dwarf warriors and the hammerers. Let's get all of those guys together and just put them in a control group. We'll probably also lock the group. We've also then got our quarrelers, which we'll probably want to keep behind the front lines, actually. So let's go ahead and grab these quarrelers here. Let's go ahead and put them in another control group. They can go at the back. And then what we'll do is we'll take this group and we will put it along the front there. Let's go ahead and move Thorgrim back a little bit. So now we've got our quarrelers. They can go at the back. They don't have a particularly fantastic range. We do have the high ground here, so we will move forwards a little bit. And we'll probably just want to keep the grudge thrower at the back because it has an absolutely amazing range. So we'll just sort of keep those guys back here for now, and they should be able to attack most of the battlefield. Let's just try to just get them positioned so they're facing the right direction, which I think is there. I think that is a good place to go. So we'll try and keep the quarrelers back. So let's go ahead and start the battle. We don't have to gamble for the winds of magic or anything.
Weapons may prove decisive in the coming battle.
So let's go and tell these guys to move forwards. We'll let them come to us.
But be sure to protect them as well.
Did I tell those guys to run? I don't remember telling them to run. We'll go and take our quarrelers. We'll keep the quarrelers We'll actually keep the quarrelers at the back on the high ground as much as we can. We want to rely on our grudge thrower doing a lot of the work here. We're going to make those guys sort of run up the hill towards us. So let's back up a little bit with those. We are now managing to hit with our quarrelers, so that's fine. Let's just bring Thorgrim back a little bit. And we should be facing the right direction. Yeah, we are. So we're actually already giving them a bit of a pounding with our other units. Let's go ahead and just sort of start moving these miners around the back. Maybe we can sort of move in and sort of try and flank them. Let's go ahead and get them around that side if we can. They might be a little bit late to the party. We've got our hammerers. We might go and charge them at some point. Their leader is about to go and get involved. Let's go and charge him with our hammerers. We'll go ahead and we'll take Thorgrim. We don't actually have his abilities anymore. We can't seem to be able to pop any of his abilities right now, which is a little bit unfortunate. We've got these guys trying to flank around us. Well, they may be coming in after these miners, so let's go and run in with these guys. Although I would prefer to sort of run around the back and get their archers, but I don't think that's going to happen. We might be able to run into them from the back. So let's start running in to the back with these guys now. We're sort of running downhill. We will get involved now with our leader. Our hammerers are getting pretty mashed here, actually. Let's just bring him back before he breaks. Looks like he might actually break. Victory's within our grasp, though. We just don't want to lose any units, so want to be careful just to recover a little bit there. Hopefully our quarrelers will keep getting everything done. We're doing some massive damage here with this grudge thrower. Our lord's under attack, but that's fine. He's getting work done. Let's use these miners and try, if we can, to move in on those guys. So we are getting some damage done here. We're taking a few losses, but nothing particularly major. Let's go and try and get involved with these guys. We also got their commander down, actually, which is why they've started to break, I think. It's a little bit unfortunate that we're taking some damage here. We keep trying to run those guys down. We're not really getting out of here, unfortunately. Come on, you guys. Need to get out of there. We can just run those guys down. We can sort of stop them from doing any real damage. You guys are moving back around here. Let's go and run after you with our Dwarven warriors. Hammerers have regained the majority of... Right, their lord is coming back this way. Let's make sure everybody is trying to attack him. That includes the grudge throwers. And we'll also throw Thorgrim at him as well. We're going with... I don't want to lose these hammerers, though, so I do have to be a little bit careful with this. We are chasing people down. You guys can come back. We might need you. His leader's actually routing, so that's fine. And we have a victory. Now, we are still chasing some units down, so we'll continue to do that. We'll just go up to full speed. It's also always worth chasing units down at the end of a battle, because any kills that you get is additional experience. So even though the battle thing comes up and you could just hit end battle and finish there, try and chase down as many as you can, because any additional experience that you can gain will be useful for veterancy. So it's well worth doing that. So we didn't get too smashed, luckily. We did take some damage. We didn't lose any units, which is fantastic. And we've pretty much chased everybody off to the end of the map. Okay then, we'll end the battle there. So that was a victory. We lost 135 units. They lost 284. Old Thorgrim only managed to get 7 kills of his own.
Victory is yours, my lord. But
wasn't a particularly great defeat. We got a little bit of money out of that.
Beneficial to hold them, but sometimes leniency or brutality can be worth more.
Okay, so we've got a couple of options now. We can either release the captives, which will give us some more money, and our casualty replenishment rate is -5%, or we can execute the captives, which gives us +4 leadership. Well, we're doing alright for coin, so let's execute the captives.
March!
And the grudge is now successful, so that gives us an extra 1,000 to the treasury anyway. Those guys have scurried off.
Gain experience over time, my lord. Be sure to guide their development to your advantage.
So we've gained a rank on our leader.
The Grubi maintain one of their slum camps beneath the pillars of Grungni, a sin that cannot remain in the Damaskron any longer. The pillars must be returned to Dwarfen hands.
So we've got another grudge here, and that is basically to capture and occupy the Pillars of Grudgny, and that is fine because that shouldn't have too much defending it, you'd think. They do have a garrison, so there's the army that we've already just fought, although they don't have an awful lot left. But obviously we've taken some losses as well, so we're going to want to reinforce these with some more units. Just before we do that, let's go and have a look at the sort of skills tree for our leader here. So we've basically got, there's a list of things that you can get. They're different for each of the leaders. So you've usually got one that makes you a better fighter. Which depending on the type of type of hero it is, it might make them into somebody who's more tanky. It might make them into somebody who does more damage. If you're playing somebody or got a hero that's like a wizard, it might give them more magical power. And then you've got like this one here, the Inspiring Presence. So this one is much more geared towards sort of buffing. And then you've got Route Marcher. Now I believe this one is pretty much the same for everybody. Most people seem to say go Route Marcher first. Just pick up one, the opener, get Route Marcher, because that gives you an extra 10% campaign movement range, which is really, really useful. You've also got all of this extra stuff down the top, which are basically quests that you can open at specific points that will allow you to do quests to get some items, weapons and things that you can equip on your leader. But before we do any of those, so we can either get +6 armor, characters aura leadership effect +5, or the extra 10% movement range. We're going to go get that one. I don't know what we're going to take for these other ones yet, but that's the one we are going to take for now. So let's go ahead and select that. So I'd like some of these guys to be able to heal up. We are still in our own territory. If we encamp, yeah, we can't move, but we'll encamp and we will try and get some more units. So we want to grab ourselves some more miners, and we'll grab another lot of... no, not miners, sorry. Oh, no, wrong button. We'll have one lot of miners and we'll have 2 lots of warriors. We can afford to do that. Now you can also hire from the global pool as well, providing you're encamped, so... we could get 3 more from there, but they are more expensive to hire though. So I don't think we're going to need them. We'll just wait one more turn because we do want some of these guys to recover, especially people like the Hammerers. They took a lot of damage. So let's go ahead and end that turn. They may come out and try and attack us. I don't think they're going to. They're actually running off now, which is fine as far as I'm concerned. That's just made it a whole lot easier for me to now attack their... attack the Pillars of Grudgny.
As you know all too well, the power of the Dawi has reverberated through these mountains for millennia. Harness that strength.
So we want to keep building up our army while at the same time we are grabbing some reinforcements for these guys. So let's go ahead and we can actually get some more quarrelers now. So let's go ahead and get another couple of quarrelers, and I think we'll get one more... Another miner? They are cheap. Get another miner there. Okay, there's probably not an awful lot that we can do. Is there anything that we can upgrade here? We could go ahead and build another building in Karazakarak. So we could build a siege workshop, which would allow us to build more grudge throwers. They are very nice. We've already got the barracks, so we don't need to do that. What else could we build? We can't get any military support because you need a size of 3 for the actual province. And our size is only 2. We can't go to size 3 until we get more population surplus, and we don't have enough surplus population yet. The other option is infrastructure. So we could build a gem mine shaft. Or we could build a barley field. Barley field gives us more growth and more casualty replenishment rate, so we sort of heal up faster. We get more income for the sort of gemstone resource, but we get more income if we have a mine shaft. Would cost us 1,000 off the bat. I think we want growth rate, so I think we might go ahead and get a barley field in there. And yeah, I think on this instance we will sort of just skip the turn there.
My lord, rival power desires a change in your mutual relations.
So you want that defensive alliance now, and you're willing to give me 600 gold for the privilege? Yeah, we'll go for that. We'll accept that offer. We are sort of regaining our power here, so it might be time to go in and try and take that.
Dwarfs never cease. Some that remain in Karazakadak have the nerve to make trouble in your absence, my king. Take steps to reassert control over your mountain.
So we've got a little bit of a public order issue, and we have a grudge to maintain at least 10 public order in the following provinces. Public order is currently minus 38, which is pretty bad. Was there anything we could actually build to just increase public order? I don't think there was. Yeah, we're a little bit stuck there. Obviously, we don't want it to go down to minus 100. That'd be bad. But I think we're okay for the time being. We don't need to deal with that straight away. What I'd like to do is go and get this one done. It looks like we've finished our technology. Let's get rid of you, because you're in the way. So, now that we've got Gather the Throngs, we've got a couple of other options. We could grab Militia Training here, which is melee attack +5 for Dwarf Warriors and Minor units. Well, we do use a lot of them, and it gives them defense as well. That'd be really nice. Or Dwarfen Resolve, 5 leadership for Dwarfen infantry units. So I think we're going to go for this Militia Training, actually, and really beef up our sort of frontline forces. So let's go ahead and do that. That'll take 3 more turns. Now, let's go ahead here and grab our army. We're almost completely replenished. Like I said, I don't want to lose the hammerers, so I might keep those at the back. Not too bothered about miners, they're fairly expendable. So let's go ahead and just go back into a normal stance. Do they have a significant garrison over here? Not really. Got a couple of orc boys and 3 lots of goblins. They are not going to do anything over here, so let's go ahead and attack.
I declare...
The city has been reached, and your warriors are prepared for battle, mighty lord. Study your options, nevertheless. Encircling the enemy and starving them out may be the wisest course of action.
Well, we're not going to encircle them. What we could do here, if we wanted, encircling them would take 6 turns to even get attrition and 11 turns for them to surrender. The balance of power is very heavily in our favour, but I am going to go and fight it manually because I want the experience. Just getting sort of used to the game, getting used to the controls and everything like that. Now, because this isn't one of the major encampments, it doesn't have a... It's not a siege, it doesn't have walls or anything, so we can't build siege equipment. But what we can do is we can wipe these guys up fairly quickly. It is snowing. Not too sure if that's going to affect us too much. We do have these miners here that have taken a little bit of a bashing. Can't even see where their units are, which is a little bit unfortunate. So let's go ahead and take these 2 miners here. Let's go ahead and make those control group 3. You know, there's a reason I want 3 because I'm going to put some others in. So you guys, I'd like you to sort of go over here. Hopefully you are facing in the right direction. Let's get you in some slightly tighter ranks, actually. And we will lock your group. And then we want... did I only have the 2 miners? Oh no, there's 2 more there. So we'll grab you guys. You're going to be control group 4, and we'll lock your formation as well. And you guys are actually going to go over here and hide in the trees. And then what we'll do is pretty much a similar formation to what we did last time. So let's go ahead and take all of the Dwarven warriors. And we'll group those up. They're going to be group 1.
Lock formation!
You guys are going to go along the front. Let's just bring you out the back. Let's get all of these quarrelers out of the way. So I want to keep the hammerers at the back because they're a little bit beaten up. So we are going to get all of you guys. You guys are all going to sit at the front. That is fine. Like you to have a slight... I've locked you, haven't I? That's a problem. We need to make you a slightly wider formation, I think. Maybe even go a little bit wider than that. There we go. We can lock that formation. And then the quarrelers are going to be control group number 2. They are going to line up behind you. You're going to be locked as well. I haven't really got a high ground where we can put that grudge bearer, but not grudge bearer, grudge thrower. But we can. It's so difficult to get this thing to go in the right direction. But we'll sort of do that there. And yeah, we'll put the hammerers at the back, and we will keep keep Thorgrim, keep forgetting his name. But that seems like a good place to start, so we'll just hit start battle. They've barely got any units. I'm mostly just going to let them come towards me.
Strongly in this place, Commander. Harness its power and channel it against your enemy.
Well, we don't have any winds of magic, unfortunately, so we're a little bit screwed there. But I'm sure we can get some stuff done. If we hold it, we can look at the tactical map. They've barely got anything. They do have a leader, Kruger Bogroff. I think we can deal with him. He's already damaged by artillery. Our grudge thrower's doing some tremendous work. Not too sure what all these shadow glitches are going on. I've seen these going on before, not just in my game, but in other people's videos, so there's definitely some weird issues going on. These goblins are all spear infantry, so they're basically crap. Let's go ahead and get you guys to run in. You're a bit further away than I would have liked. You guys are hidden in the trees, so let's get you to run in from the side. Quarrelers are doing exactly what the Quarrelers should be doing.
Kill the oath splitters!
So let's go ahead.
Without orders to the contrary, Commander.
Yeah, everyone's free firing now then. Is it control and double click to get everyone to move in formation? I think it is. Already killed their general. He's just got absolutely mullered. And we are starting to flank in with the miners. These guys are actually... No, they're breaking. I thought they were trying to come in behind me, but we can... You guys come in there. You guys go and grab those, although they're already breaking, so it doesn't really matter. Those guys are already breaking. We've already won this fight, really. Just go and hit those guys. We'll get as many kills as we can. Miners are taking some damage, but that's okay. We will move forwards a little bit with the... no, we don't even need to sort of do that. Like I said, though, it's always worth getting a few kills where you can. Extra kills always help getting XP. Not too sure that Thorgrim got anything done himself. Did he actually get any kills on that? No, he didn't get a single kill in that battle. Not sure whether he still gains XP. And obviously you do get XP for getting kills. Let's just go up to full speed here. So yeah, we lost some units, but overall, he might actually get in there. I'm disappointed he doesn't seem to have that ability anymore that he had before. Not too sure where his abilities have gone. So obviously there's something that I'm missing. He did have those abilities in the first fight. Maybe it's just something that you get in the first fight. But yeah, and the more of their army we kill off, the less we're going to have to fight later on, I suppose. Their leader's getting away. We're done though. We've finished that battle. Let's go and end things there. We only lost 3 units in that entire battle. They lost 402. Most of our kills came... 53 kills from the grudge thrower, or whatever it's called. But that was a decisive victory. Those are the ones that we like. What are those things called? It's a grudge thrower, yeah. So, we've managed to grab this city. We've got a talisman, an obsidian amulet. We'll check that out shortly. So, well, I can see it now, actually. So, it gives us 15% magic resistance. Nice, okay. So, let's go ahead. Now, what do we do here?
The defenses have fallen, my lord. The fate of those that remain is yours to determine.
So, we can occupy it. Occupying it will give us a -10 public order penalty, and will also cause some provincial instability. We could loot and occupy it, which would give us a lot more conquest penalty. Or we could sack it or raise it. Well, we want to occupy it.
Very well.
So that's what we're going to do. And I think we've just gained a level as well there somewhere. So that's another 1,000 to the treasury because we've completed another grudge.
Put to work fixing up the captured city, sire. Yet there are many grudges still to settle. Perfidious manlings and bloodthirsty vampires threaten your kind in the north, and your mountain will never be safe while a single greenskin draws breath. To war!
So we've got a new objective, though this one is more of a normal mission objective, it's not a grudge. So this one is to occupy, loot, raise or sack 3 different settlements. It doesn't really care which, and we will get 2,000 to the treasury for doing that. So,
Helicopter scouts report of a greenskin migration heading northwards. Spies say they intend to meet up and swell the mobs of the dread orc warlord who travels towards the Badlands. Whatever they are up to, they must be stopped. Summon the throng.
So we have a quest here. Can we see the enemy forces? We've got Knobnail's Backbiter. So there's mostly goblins, a few wolf riders, and a Doomdiver catapult. Not the strongest of armies. And if we completed that, we would get the Dragon Helm, which is an item that would give us +4 armor, 25 fire resistance. And we'd also get a hero as well. We'd get a runesmith. Runesmith, so basically the dwarves don't use magic like the other empires do, but runes still allow you to perform magic.
Your army has marched all it can, my lord. They must rest.
So we need to get over there. There isn't really an easy way. Apparently I read something that you can actually teleport to it or something. You cannot currently teleport. Yeah, apparently you can teleport there, but it costs you. So there is a way of doing it without having to march there manually. So there's a couple more settlements here. That is still the Silver Road, Mount Squighorn, so we still need to get that, and then we'd have all 3 settlements in the province, and that would allow us to issue a commandment. And now what was the other thing? We need to build buildings here, so what do we want to go and build? I guess we could go ahead and... what's this? A trinket maker. What does this give us? Reduces public order. Or is that what the province? That's what the province has got. So income generated +200. It's not a bad idea. Defense, military support. Don't really need the sparring chain because we've already got 1 in the region. So let's just go in and grab the trinket master then. Anything over here that we need to do? We're still working on that barley field. No, we've already got the barley field. We could upgrade it to the second one. Growth +22. Take 2 turns. Cost 1,000 from the treasury. We might as well do that. We are still losing some public order, but that's not too much of a problem. We can always move our military, our army back. Where is our army? Just click on the banner. There we go. So we took very few losses there at all, which is really nice. So we've got this obsidian amulet. I think we can see this if we go here and click on details. So there you go. So you can have armor, a weapon, a talisman, and an enchanted item. And you can also have followers, runes, and banners. So we're the High King. Characters, aura, leadership effect +5. We didn't actually level up on that last one. At least I don't think we did. Oh no, we did. We have got a skill point to spend. So what we can actually do is, because we've taken Route Marcher, we can spend points in one of these 4 things here, because they're all within the box, so they're all unlocked. Now you'll see each one of these things has 3 little unlit globes to the right, which means they have 3 different levels that you can spend them in. And I think once you've spent 4 points in this box, it opens up the next one in the group. Yeah, available after spending 4 skill points in the previous group. So what we could do, if we wanted to open Iron Willed, we could spend 1 point in each of these 4 things here, or we could spend 3 points in one and 1 point in another. It would still add up to 4. We could then get Iron Willed. But I don't think that's what I want to go for. I think this is pretty generic, pretty bland, pretty boring. I think we only really wanted to take the Route Marcher because 10% campaign movement is just brilliant overall, especially on your only army at the beginning of the game. So the question then becomes, and let's just have a look at this, it's quite a list. It goes on for quite some time. How do you get these things as well? You have to get to a certain rank to unlock some of these things. So we can either go full plate armor to give us +6 armor, or we can get an extra leadership effect. Now, both of those are nice, but I think the question is going to come, what do we get afterwards? So if we went for the full plate armor, we could get Resolute, which would give us a charge bonus. Hard to hit, which would give us some melee defense. Scarred Veteran gives more hit points. And Ancestral Grudge, which is more weapon strength versus greenskins. That's nice. And then that gives us the Foe Seeker ability. And the Foe Seeker ability is the self buff that increases your charge speed, your charge bonus, your speed, and your vigor. Obviously, this is one of the things that we had when we were playing that first mission, or that first battle. So we had that already unlocked, but now we don't actually have it. So if we went for the Inspiring Presence, we could get +3 leadership to subterranean intercept battles and subterranean siege battles. Axe Lord would give us melee defense for warriors and miners. That's quite nice, because the warriors are our main sort of battle group. +3% ammunition for quarrelers, thunderers, and grudge thrower units. That's also very useful. And obstinacy, which is vigor loss reduction, is very small. And then that eventually leads into rally, which is an area augment. that basically gives everyone plus 16 leadership, so it makes them less likely to break. And there's more interesting stuff down here as well. So it really depends whether or not we want to make our leader into more of a fighter or more of a buffer. I think we want him to be a buffer. Stand your ground is also something we had. Was it Deadly Onslaught as well? I think the maximum level you can get to is 30, so you can't really unlock everything in a single game. But I think we're going to go for the Inspiring Presence, so that's what we're going to take there. So it took me a long time to make that decision, but I hadn't looked at his skill tree before, so I didn't really know what I was going to do with that. And that's about all we can do, really. We've got our technology lined up. Our army is healing up quite nicely. And on the next turn, we will basically think about going in and maybe taking that final final settlement there. Again, it's got a very, very small garrison, 2 orc boys, 3 goblins, same as we had in the previous one, and they have not really an awful lot defending it, so we might be able to deal with that. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Total War Warhammer. As I said before, if any of you guys are if any of you guys are Total War veterans, then please feel free to give me some tips and advice in the comments section. And also, if you guys are Warhammer veterans and you've got any useful lore or bits of information or things that I might find handy in this playthrough, by all means put those in the comments as well. I'll see you guys next time, so until then, goodbye for now.